everybody, and welcome to the fourth video in my coding tutorial series. Alright, so before I get started, I just want to shout out Tabitha Brown. I got my shirt. I can if I want because that's my business. And if you don't know who Tabitha Brown is, I'm going to need you to get your life and go find out who she is and get some of her shirts and her other products and watch her videos doing vegan recipes. Awesome, hilarious, and just a good spirit. So definitely check her out. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to continue learning about CSS. We're going to learn about adding fonts to our websites, how to transform our text, and we're going to also learn about the div tag and adding CSS to the div tag. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we have our project back open in PyCharm, and then I went ahead and clicked Google Chrome so that it would open up in my local host in the browser so that I can see the changes that I'm making. All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to change the font on our title. And so there are a bunch of different fonts that you can get on different websites, but I just go to Google Fonts, and there's a bunch of free fonts that you can use on Google Fonts. So scroll through and pick which one that you want. So say I want lobster. I would click on it, hit select this style, and then I'm going to go to embed because I want to embed this font. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to copy the link to the font. So just similar to like when we did here. Oh, sorry, I already had one in there. Let's delete that. So similar to the link to our CSS file, it's the same thing. We're going to link to the font that's being hosted by Google into our page. So I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to go to CSS and copy my font family that I want to use, and I'm going to add it to H1. And then I'm going to save and refresh. And you can see now my H1 tag has a font of lobster. All right, cool. So now what we want to do is say I want to add transform my text. So to transform my text, I do text transform. And there are different options you can do. So I can have all my letters be uppercase, all my letters be lowercase. I could have capitalized, make sure the first letter is capitalized. But I'm going to choose uppercase because it's a title. So I save and refresh. And now all of my title, the letters in my title are uppercase. So the next thing that we could also do is letter spacing. And letter spacing spaces out the letters a little bit because you can see they're kind of jumbled up right now. So I'm just going to try 2 pixels and refresh. And you see how it's spaced it out just a little bit right here. So if I wanted it to be spaced out more, I can do 4. And then see it's spaced it out some more. So that's just a cool little trick to add to kind of space out your letters. So I've changed the font. I made all the letters uppercase, and then I've added space in between the letters. The next thing that I want to show is the div tag. And the div tag creates an empty container that can be used to define a section that on your page. Okay, so I'm going to go back to HTML, and I'm going to, let's say I wanted a space at the bottom of my page. So after my image tag here, I'm going to put a div tag, and I'm going to make it big so you can see. So the div tag is just div, and you can see here it's going to create a container. So this is a container. And if I save and refresh, you can see it says this is a container. So right now it just looks like words, and we're going to add CSS to it so you can see what I mean. So I'm going to go to CSS, I'm going to use a div selector because I want to select the div in HTML. And I'm going to give a width and height to the container. So I'm going to say height 300 pixels, width 300 pixels. And then I'm going to give it a color, background color, and then I'm going to choose one of these colors here. Let's go with aquamarine. So when I save this and refresh, you see it made a container on my page. And this, I just gave it a color so that you could see exactly where it is, but divs can be put around paragraphs, lists. I could put divs around all of these things, and it just helps me customize my page and helps create layouts as well. So a div is a really cool tag to use, and you will see it a lot. And so in my upcoming video, I probably will just focus on divs and showing you all the things that you can create with divs. All right, so awesome. We have our title. We changed the font. We spaced out our letters, and we made all our letters uppercase. And then we also added a div, a container, and gave it a height, a width, and a certain color. And look out for upcoming video on just divs and our practicing with divs. I see you in the next video.